That should not be allowed to happen. That's why my Prime Minister is very hard. Power, I always say this, free power is a popular slogan across the country. Free power, free power. I always say free power means first low power, then no power. That is what is happening in many parts of the country. Power cut of 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours. Really a shame after 68 years of independence if you say that power cut for 10 hours, 12 hours. Because you are not generating power, we have not focused enough on that. My government, I am happy that my colleague Piyush Goyal, under whose leadership this energy ministry is there, in this quite small time, he was able to take steps and now the generation is showing upward swing. We want to produce more power. And the Prime Minister wants at the end of the day 24/7 power. In Gujarat, there are delegates from Gujarat here, there is no free power in Gujarat. In fact, my understanding is people do not want free power. People want assured and quality power. That is the need of the hour. If you give free power and then give no power, then no power is free power only. No power is free power, na? The Gujarat electrical charges are comparatively high, electricity charges are comparatively high and compared to other states. But still, people did not protest. And there were raids on power thefts also, large number of raids. People thought he will go in this election. But one after another, 3 times continuously, he has won the elections because he has delivered. There is 24/7 power in many parts, into the villages. And this transmission lines have been laid. And then separation of distribution of lines have been created. People are happy, industry is happy, they are able to generate more and more growth and wealth. This should be the approach for the entire country. I feel that we have to focus more on, because even today we are lacking in basic requirements across the country. We are discussing about sanitation. 60% of the people in the rural area do not have sanitation facility. Many places in the country do not have roads also. I remember once again Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, when he was creating that concept of golden quadrilateral. Some people protested saying that how can you impose cess on petrol for the sake of roads. But later, when he really created that golden quadrilateral, Chennai to Calcutta, Calcutta to Delhi, Delhi to Jaipur, Jaipur to Ahmedabad, Ahmedabad to Mumbai, Mumbai to Bangalore, Krishnagiri, Dharmapuri, Kanyakumari, 4-way highway, 50 years one way or no way, 5 years 4-way highway. And he created that. There was a lot of enthusiasm, but that has fueled the growth. The 4-way highway, fueled the growth. So, and during the cabinet meeting, one day I told PM, sir, you are laying national highway, 4-line, golden quadrilateral, very fine. Nation will remember you after Shasha Suri. You will be the next man, but please focus on rural roads also. Everybody in the cabinet laughed at me. I said, why? Why rural road? This highway means you can have highway and then you can collect toll and then you can get repayment. But here if you lay a road for the rural area, nobody is going to repay the money. I said, but it's our duty. They said, it's the panchayat work, it's Jila Parishad work or the state work. I said, they have not done it, so we have to take care. I insisted, first meeting, second meeting, at the end of the day, Vajpayee said, bhai, isme bhi kuch dam hai, soch lo. Then finance minister has to rethink and ultimately, because if there is no road, if there is no connectivity, nothing will move. As I told you about electricity, same is the connectivity to the village. If there is no road to the village, there won't be any development. No VDO, BDO, DDO, ADO, collector, doctor, actor, tractor, nothing will go to the village. You need communication, you need connectivity, you need electricity. These are all essential part of civilization and development and growth. So then finally that rural roads have come. Now the Prime Minister is saying 24/7 electricity. It's a big challenge. Big challenge. Not only that, he said to by 2022, housing for all. Our mentor Pandit Deendayal Upadhyay has said that he put forth the concept of Antyodaya, uplifting of the poorest of the poor, reaching the last mile and last man in the line. He said, Har haath ko kaam, har khet ko pani, और पेट के लिए रोटी. Modi ji now added our parivar ko makan. This is the aim of this government. Our haath ko kaam means work to every hand, water to every land, food to every stomach, and then house for every parivar. Every parivar means not our parivar. There is a parivar now. Discussion is going on in the country. Parivar. So, friends, this power generation in our country at the moment is 2,37,743 megawatts, out of which thermal power is 1,63,305 megawatts, hydel power is 40,195 megawatts, renewable energy 29,462 megawatts, and nuclear power being only 4,780 megawatts. This is the situation. So try to understand the challenge before us. We have to walk extra mile. The quality of life is determined not by what you eat or read, but by energy consumption. This is the international index now. So electricity holds the levels of life. In our country, as per the per capita energy consumption is only 917 kilowatt an hour. Where do we stand in comparison to others? Much behind. Countries like China, South Africa, Lebanon, Brazil are far ahead of us. 10 years back, itself per capita energy consumption, the USA was 9,538 kilowatts per hour. Sweden, 7,208. Japan, Israel, 40,000 odd. South Africa, 3,665. Even Iraq was much ahead of us with 1,571. But whereas India, it was only 753 at that time. So this goes to show where do we stand and how much to go to catch up with even similarly faced countries. This is a challenge. The challenge for the country, challenge for the government, challenge to the industry, challenge to all of us. All of us should stand together and then take up this challenge. We should work together. It is one thing to produce additional power to remove the demand-supply gap, for which my worthy colleague C. Piyush, as I told you, is working overnight. In the first 100 days of our government, the central power generation has increased by more than 20%, for which I compliment my colleague. But what is more important is to enable efficient transmission and distribution. T&D losses in our country are reported to be high, 25 to 27, in certain states 30% transmission losses. It is totally unacceptable. This is another challenge. The country's electrical equipment industry was the order of about 24 US billion during 2012 and 13, with exports of US 5 billion. This, my view, was a huge scope of expansion, and the industry should raise in quick time to substantially scale up the same. There is a concern about Chinese products. But at the same time, we must understand we are living in an era of LPG, liberalization, privatization, globalization. We can't live in isolation and have the consolation that, okay, we are okay with what we have. So you have to compete. But at the same time, in sensitive sectors like defense, like communication, now our friends are saying even electricity, because communication without electricity is not possible. So this is also an important aspect. So we have to, government definitely will keep that in mind while formulating its response. I can't tell you anything, but at the same time, I appeal to all of you, please stand for competition. We have the knowledge. India has got inherent knowledge. Inherent. This soil, this land, this water, this air, this generation, this civilization. 5,000 years of our civilization. Our forefathers have given us so much knowledge. You go to America, meet 10 top doctors, 5 of them will be from India. You meet the IT boys in any part of the world, half of them again will be from India. Because this soil is fertile. They have that knowledge. So we have to really tap that, and we have to focus more on research and then formulate new methods and then come up with a material which can stand competition, quality, and also cost effectiveness. This is the challenge before the industry. The industry, whatever government has to do, will do. Anil Swarupji has explained to you. I'm happy he's there to speak on behalf of the government as far as the clearances are concerned. You can be assured that clearance will be faster. Instead of you coming to government, government will be coming to you. And this government, we have no innovation. Some people, political party leaders, they criticize businessmen. In parliament, they give speeches. Outside also, they condemn businessmen as if they are enemies of the nation. We don't consider. Businessmen are part of this country. They are also equal citizens and they have got their own responsibilities and they have to be given their respect also. It has become some fashion for the people. They go to politics, they go to businessmen in the night, take donation. Daytime, they criticize them also. They are part of our society. Industry and agriculture are like both eyes of a human being. You have to take care of both, industry as well as agriculture. And then industry, our Indian people only. They are performing their responsibility. It is our government duty to create to remove the obstacles. So our government is determined to go for reforms in whatever manner that required. Reforms with a human face. Reforms in a phased manner. You can't have overnight reforms. Suddenly you wake up and then suddenly some people are saying government is good, okay, budget is good, Modi's this thing is good, but the speed is missing and all. What is speed? 1 month new budget you come, you get new budget. What we have inherited? हमको विरासत में क्या मिला है? There was a fiscal deficit. There was a trade deficit. There was a current account deficit. There was a revenue deficit. Above all, there was a trust deficit. We inherited that position. And we have to improve. And then see the turnaround within 3 months. There is a confidence now in the country. The climate has changed. The investments are forthcoming. Everybody is now looking towards India. India is now once again recognized and respected. That much you have seen also in the recent days. So I can assure you this momentum will be maintained. It will be scaled up. PM said skill, scale and speed. This is the mantra he has given. Skill, scale and speed. If the government and if the system want and if the political leadership do not create obstacles, its system will work. You heard him now, Anil Swarupji, what he was saying. See the Janadhana Yojana. Simple example I will give you. 68% of Indian population are away from banking facilities after 68 years of independence. It's an irony. So this Prime Minister took that as a challenging task and told us in the cabinet that we will go for universalization of banking services and then everybody should have a bank account. We said, yes sir, if we work hard, we can achieve it in 5 years. He said, 5 years? I said, 50 years it should not be done, how 5 years? He said, no, it should be done in 1 year. 1 year? But I can tell you, I think today is the 20th day or 25th day after the introduction of that scheme, more than 4 crore people have opened their bank account within 24 days. 4 crore people. Amazing. Amazing. 4 crore people opening in bank accounts. Our target is ultimately 10 crores. So PM has revised it now. Earlier he said no, 15th August. Then he revised it now. He says by 26th January it should happen. Happening. Banks are moving. Officials are moving. Because the PM is connecting directly with the people. With the officers working in bank. He is putting his vision and then he is driving it from behind. And we are all there to assist him and then remove the obstacles in the system for speedy execution and speedy implementation of the governmental schemes and programs. And we want the private sectors also to be equal partners in this developmental process. We never feel that he is untouchable by private people. PM has used a word, a powerful word he has used about the 68% people kept away from this banking service. He said financial untouchability. It's a very strong message. 68% of the people are suffering with financial untouchability because they have no scope for banking this thing. Now they are brought in. This is the meaning of inclusive growth. So this government also believes we should join together. We should work together. Nobody should feel shy to go to a businessman or talk to him or interact with him or give him interview or appointment and then address the issues. We are very clear. We are very clear. That's how the Gujarat model has succeeded, and Mr. Ratan Tata, he made a statement at the time, famous quote, if you don't invest in Gujarat, then you must be a fool. This is the word he has used. Because the climate, the per capita income has gone up there in Gujarat. Even the average per capita income of the Muslim community in Gujarat and compared to other parts of the country is highest in India. I don't segregate people between Muslim, Christian, Hindu, forward, backward. I don't want to make the situation awkward in the country, but at the same time, in order to make the people to understand, I just quoted that figure. So you are all welcome to give your suggestions. The government will be proactive. Cabinet Secretariat is coming to you, to the states. Even after I became Urban Development Minister, I told my officers that instead of states coming to Delhi every time with the wish list and all, let us go to the states. In this short period, I have been to Kerala, I have been to Tamil Nadu, I have been to Andhra Pradesh, I have been to Telangana, I have been to Maharashtra, and interacted with those chief ministers. Ask them, what are your issues? Come on, tell us, we will discuss. And PM also said that we will work like in cooperative, we believe in cooperative federalism. We will work like Team India. Your political color is not important to us. Your performance is important to us. We will all work together. That's the guidance the Honorable Prime Minister has given to all of us. So feel free. And we don't, that concept in between which came, everything will be done by the government should do the business. I feel government has no business to be in business. That's my personal conviction. I don't speak as a minister, of course, personally. The government has to administer, the government has to focus on addressing the daily needs of the people. The government has to focus on creating wealth and then distributing the wealth, rather than constructing a hotel and selling biryani and coming and saying, sir, I sold biryani, but I could not compete with the ITC Maratha, so I incurred losses. So you compensate and then you put taxes on the people. Is it the duty of the government to go for a hotel business? As if there is no other activity? Huh? Is it the duty of the government to go for a scooter factory? And then AP scooters gone in Andhra Pradesh. Government started a scooter factory. You lay roads, you lay communication lines, you give them drinking water, you give them sewerage facility, you have the solid waste management techniques, assist the people, take care of those concerns. You focus on primary education, you focus on research, let the government focus on these areas, vital areas, and remove the obstacles in the path. So we don't believe. In between this concept, sab kaam sarkar karega, hum bekar baithe to chalega, this mindset has come. We don't believe in this. We have to work together, both the business community and all. Now, friends, coming to this today's topic of smart city. What is smart city? Smart city needs smart leadership. Smart leadership. And smart city needs smart people. When I say smart, I am not talking of a smartness like Amitabh Bachchan or the actors who are smart and all. Not the physical smartness. Smart means you must be ready to take hard decisions. You must be ready to engage the people in a better manner. You must have transparency under your administration. You must have accountability in your administration. You must be able to deliver the goods which you have promised. You must be able to take tough decisions of need for widening the roads, removing the encroachment, taking care of the unauthorized constructions. Today, the urban governance is facing this challenge because the urban leadership do not want to take hard decisions. Because by doing that, you may lose votes. That's the problem. Everything is connected with votes. Of course, in democracy, nothing wrong. But at the same time, you cannot link every scheme and every program and every activity and every action with votes only. Then how do you move forward? Unfortunately, it is what is happening in this country. I was there the other day in my own state, Vijayawada. I went there, and then the Vijayawada mayor came and gave me a memorandum saying, sir, we don't have salaries for last 3 months. 3 months, no salaries. Then how can you think of development at all? Then how do you have smart city? So people must be made smart. They have to be educated. They have to be considered. They have to be explained by taxes. Yes, taxes has to be levied, but taxes has to be properly spent. If you spend properly, then people will pay taxes. If you don't spend it properly and transparently, then if you lay taxes, they will not be willing to pay taxes. Gujarat CM, Narendra Bhai, and he was CM Gujarat. I have just told you about electricity theft, how many raids were conducted in Gujarat, massive. People thought Panchayat election, party will go, but resounding victory. Urban areas, encroachments he removed. In all urban areas, all encroachments most of them were removed. People thought municipal elections, safai ho jayega. But he swept the municipal polls also. आपका नियत के बारे में मन में शंका नहीं है तो लोग आपके साथ देने के लिए तैयार होंगे. So in smart cities, if you want to have ring road, if you want wide roads, if you want smart drinking water system, you want to smart electricity, if you want all education facilities and all cities, city cannot survive simply with buildings, with technology alone. City needs a life, education, entertainment, employment, electricity, and economic